All right, thank you guys for tuning into Spiritual Beauty Ministry. So today I'm going to be coming from the book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verses 52 to 57. And it reads, I was trapped like a bird by enemies who had no cause to hate me. They threw me alive into a pit and closed the opening with a stone. Water began to close over me, and I thought death was near. From the bottom of the pit, O Lord, I cried out to you. And when I begged you to listen to my cry, you heard. You answered me and told me not to be afraid. It speaks so much volume to me. Somebody that's going through something and they're like, man, you know what? I'm not gonna ever come out of this. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. And it's just like, you know what? This is it. So they are finding themselves at this place in their life to where they are just like, they're drowning by their circumstances. They're drowning in their thoughts. They're feeling like they're at war with the flesh. They're going through this internal battle. And I say, in the midst of this internal battle, these things that I have been going through has brought me down to this pit, has brought me to this low place. It has brought me to this place where I don't know if I will ever be able to get up again. And so in the midst of this pain that they are feeling, in the midst of this brokenness, in the midst of this prison that they feel that they're in, they are able to go in that dark place, find some type of light in them and say, God, I need you to step in and save me. See, that's what God wants us to do. Like in the midst of that thing that has you, God wants you to know that you can still look to him to step in and save you. Sometimes we feel as though we're too broken. We're too much in shame. We're too much in this. We're too much in that. And it's like, God, I'm too deep in. I don't think that you can save me where I'm at. So instead of asking God to save us where we are at, we keep ourselves where we are at because we don't feel like God can do what he needs to do, or God can forgive us for what we continue to keep on going back to. But in the midst of the very thing that you find yourself going back to, I want you to understand that yes, God can still step in and save you. I found myself at a moment before, and in that moment, I was like, the sin already had me. So there was no point of me praying to God, because God, I've already done it. God, I'm in it right now. So how can I ask you to step in and do something for me when shame already has me, when guilt already has me, when I don't feel worthy already has me? So you know what? Instead of me asking you to step in and save me, I'm going to just keep myself in this very thing that has me because I don't feel like I'm worthy. And so what I want to let you guys know is that in that moment that you're feeling like you know where you are is not where you should be. You know the wrong that you're doing. You know that the sin that you're living in is not where you're supposed to be. You know that the things that you continue to keep doing is not where you're supposed to be. And in this moment, you're thinking that you should stay in it because you're already deep in. But the thing about being deep in is that God can still send you a rescue. See, you're deep in, but you have not drowned. You're deep in, but God can still step in. So in that moment that you are finding yourself deep in that lie, deep in that addiction, deep in that habit, deep in that thing that you know that is not you, that you know that is not of God. You know that you can do better, but you choose not to do better because you see yourself as deep in. I want you to, at that moment right now, I want you to surrender. And I want you to allow God to step in. Because what the enemy wants you to do is that he wants you to hold on to the wrong that you do. And he wants to allow and have that shame to continue to be built within you. See, if the enemy can keep you in shame, if the enemy can keep you in guilt, he can keep you from the presence of God. Because the minute we feel like we are in guilt and shame, we don't feel worthy to ask and pray God's name. We don't feel worthy to lift up our hand. We don't feel worthy to ask God to step in and save us because we already allowed the guilt and the shame to pretty much put its hold on us. In the moment that you are in, allow God to step in.